When? You can ask me questions. The answers are on the card. Oh no! Okay, so let's do that after the meal. So one block.
He's probably a third.
After that, do you have any plans, or are you going to do chicken?
Okay, so we'll do it for an hour.
Okay, so I'll do maybe after the So there is articles like, I don't know if I should be doing
What's that?
Okay, perfect. So here,
Chicago!
I really want Jello.
we have actually
Listen, when Cheska's in town, you gotta go serious.
oh, we need so Friday you get cookies. We Dixie cookies. Get on Friday.
Yeah. Or I'll get Avi to 20.
Baruch atah Adonai. Good luck, even if I'm going to say, no, in connect, I have to give us a video. I'll do it. Much of having the Lazar machine, Morgan, Baruch atah Adonai. Morgan, Abraham. Amen. Have you met our relationship? Married a Talmud Hawk Climate, as my habits, Rabbi Smith, nothing very holy monster, we come in on solution after I come along the rest of it. Well, always so habits me to share, but I'm going to see Baruch atah Adonai. I have seen. Kadosh, 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 Molim, celebrate Father. Kadosh, ask Mulamali Lashman, and in Father, Father, Das, Ashivin, Ministers, ever coming up with 17 image special for Father. Shiva. Honor Kiatan, Kyoto, Father, I never thought of Slav. Call Israel. Train another question of new shekels. Continue to believe for Shalom also. Almost in a kill mouse. Melech Pepino and Rahmanata Brahmatadana. Right at Halim Israel. Why Halim now? He knows China does best minutes of us all to everything. Alpine the much minute direction. Shady continue. Otherwise, we'll rock the automated at the Hashanim Brahmatadana. Hashanim. Kabish of a dollar is in the Sunday of his goes in the city. Hammer and Bus Power Station in Brahmatadana. Kabish in here, my Israel. Shiva Shifting, Kirshani, and the whole ceremony. Going to come off later. Love to have asked every time we Shabber Hatadana. That's the Mishra. I'm listening to music about how many of the holidays and caregiver of Empire Here, Grace, and Mahosh, and Shimmer, here, Sakir, Savage Magazine, and Marine, Berkata, Deny. Shriver, Yabu, Yes, Eddie. Now, let's take him out, City, Mazing, Nema, this is for him. Argue said a billionaire commoner, who now in the Sarkato, with the motion of that was between him and all one about Dr. Berkata, Deny. The same fellow said 18. Selling me up around touch your fish room with her, about the part of it. You said of them here is that. So he knows about the women who will Berkata, Deny. Why no Shalim? As some of them here doesn't recur to sure that you wish yourself to be calling younger Berkata, Deny. What's me out there in your shoe? I know, I'm running as the center. He also made the list as having with the okay, they come out to the kid, that's made the list, but Berkata, Deny. I may have to kill. Now, in my mother's also have championship. How would all everybody have East Israel? So, come have us cover us in the skill or something over this. I was as any. She will see him. I mean, Berkata, Deny. My she knows the team. Scottish Rabba, the University of Louis, for becoming a street side. I can admit and follow BC about God is my card. If you remember, I Shabbos, very sure not to service, so much many good river. I remember how make over hospital, husband of us, I mean, I'll be only room. Scouts of his place, my room. Yes, I'm Ramish, my man, when my voice shall be room. Vice shall be room. My voice shall be room. Never. Yeah, I thought my thought.
Amen. 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 Dangerous history. So today's the yard site, the year 68 of the Common Era, of all the Yidden of Yerichai. Titus. He slaughtered all the Yidden in Yericho tonight on the 3rd of Sivan in the year 68 of the Common Era. Tonight is also the night that the Rambam arrived in Eretz Yisrael in 1165, and he would celebrate this day as they reach his destination in safety. Huh? Rambam. Today is, of course, the day that the Yidden started preparing for the Torah. Tonight's the day the Yidden started preparing for the Torah. That's when they had boundaries, and now they go up the mountain. Was from the 3rd day of Sivan, and because of that, tonight starts Shalosh Yemei Hagbala, the 3 days of, called 3 days of boundaries, 3 days of separation, which was again, back then we weren't allowed to go to the mountain during those 3 days. We had to separate from our spouse during those 3 days. And today means we could start listening to music tonight after Ma'ariv. Means we could get married tonight after Ma'ariv.
I got married.
Yeah?
I got married. My wife passed away the same day that we got married.
Wow.
No, not on the this calendar.
Yeah, on the Jewish calendar. Wow.
So you're allowed to get married before Shavuot.
Yeah, the 3 days. The 3 days. 3 days before Shavuot, allowed to get.
For your hair too.
Okay, so according to the Ashkenazi custom, which we don't get haircuts, we don't get haircuts either. I mean, we do both from Pesach till Lag Baimer, from Lag Baimer till tonight. Tonight, according to halacha, you are allowed to get a haircut. However, according to Kabbalah, says we don't get haircuts until Erev Shavuos. Till Erev Shavuot. So what is Erev Shavuot mean? What? Okay, so we're gonna go through a couple of things over here. Not so simple. Okay, so there's 2 things here we're playing with. On the one hand, we don't get haircuts during Sefira, and according to Arizal, according to Kabbalah, this applies even during the Shlosh Yemei Hagbala. What? It's not extended. That's when that doesn't take away the prohibition not getting haircuts, according to Kabbalah.
What's the reason about that?
I think the students of Akiva were still passing away till Shavuos. It says Api Kabbalah. When it says when it says Api Kabbalah, it doesn't say that, but it does say that they were passing away until Shavuos, according to that opinion. So I think it's two. I think it's 2 separate things. Is according to Nigla. According to Nigla, is they were passing away, and therefore, but because of Shlosh Yemei Hagbala, we take it away. According to Kabbalah, I think it's a different reason. I don't know what it is. Nevertheless,
one more question, Rabbi. Just to know, when it says Paskumi Lamok, and it's start to die, means that day, like the Omer, or
according to one opinion.
oh, opinion.
Yeah, on that day it didn't pass away. Question is when it stopped. Either it stopped like Baimer and finished, or it was a pause on like Baimer, time for breathe, and then back to plague continued again. Back to Corona. Okay, so things like this. It's a mitzvah to get a haircut in honor of Yom Tov. Not just a mitzvah to get a haircut in honor of Yom Tov. I saw something cool over here I found. Let me pull it up over here. It says that getting a haircut on Erev, getting a haircut, just by getting a haircut, you could fulfill 14 mitzvahs. Let me read what I found over here. Huh? One is supposed to have kavana while taking a haircut. You know, this kavana is supposed to have when we're putting on tefillin that we're supposed to have in mind. Chabad Chagas to him, according to Kabbalah, we're supposed to have in mind that Hashem taking us out of Mitzrayim. That we see society. We're supposed to have in mind we're fulfilling the mitzvah of tefillin. We're supposed to have in mind that we're fulfilling the mitzvah of tefillin specifically to bring Mashiach. There's a lot of different things we're supposed to have in mind by every single mitzvah. But by taking a haircut, I never realized until I read this. Check this out. Like this. One is to have kavana. Upon getting a haircut, that he's removing the powers of gevura, severity, and fulfilling the mitzvah of having payas, right? Which when we do a upshurnish, so that's one of the things what we're doing is we're giving a child at 3 years old we're giving them their payas, right? So you should have in mind that we're fulfilling the mitzvah of having payas, and the mitzvah of paying a worker for his job on the same day. Yes, we pay the barber right away after they do the work. And the mitzvah of honoring Yom Tov. We do it in special. We do it for Shabbos. We do it in honor of Shabbos. So Yom Tov. By the way, this Shabbos Yom Tov, you should do it in proximity to Yom Tov. But the Shabbos trick works, by the way, all week, because like we learned, you have two opinions to be Shammai and Silo. When you start going shopping, do you start going shopping for your groceries on Wednesday? When we say in the Shir Shai, the song of the day, we say the small Chunar Anina. Or so that's when we start preparing for Shabbos. Or do you start preparing for Shabbos already? As soon as Shabbos is over, we start preparing for Shabbos. So either way, you cut the cake. You could always do your haircut in honor of Shabbos and Yom Tov. Every time it is, it could be done Sunday morning, and you're doing it in honor of Shabbos. You should say it, by the way. Cutting your nails also. You should always, when you cut your nails, whenever you cut your nails, the covered Shabbos Kodesh, doing it in honor of Shabbos. Eating a piece of kugel, anytime. Kugel Shabbos Kodesh.
What if it's in like that period of time where
we're not supposed to eat? Not supposed to wash for a meal. But a piece of kugel, you're supposed to have Tayamach, I'm Zach, you're supposed to taste Shabbos before Shabbos. So, for the list of the 23 mitzvahs, the Kaf HaChaim writes, here's the Kaf HaChaim. He says 7 negative commandments related to the payas and beard. So I guess a 5 and 2, right? 1 negative commandment of not going in the ways of idolaters. You have 1 negative commandment of la yibushu gever, that a man should not wear the clothing of a woman, and growing a hair long is a woman's clothing, wearing woman's clothing. 1 negative commandment of laisavai alav hashemesh. How would that be? Pay the work on time. All clothes and clothes hashemesh. Right. Okay. So it's been mentioned before about not about paying our workers that day. 1 negative commandment of Salin. Shemesh is usually when let's say you lend something to someone, right? So you have to give him, let's say, his tools. So let's say you have to give him his blanket for a night, right? You have to if he cuts grass, you have to give him his lawnmower during the day. You give him, right? You could do your scissors? What? I don't know. What do you mean, why your scissors? No, you're giving. What? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna come back in a minute. Let's come back to that this year. Okay, we're gonna come back to that in a minute. No, we're coming back to that in a minute. One commandment, 1 positive commandment of giving the worker his payment on that day. If the barber is poor, he also fulfills the negative mitzvah of laikra alecha. He shouldn't leave someone be poor. 1 rabbinical mitzvah of honoring Shabbos and Yom Tov. Okay, so those are the kavanas supposed to have when taking a haircut. Okay, so what about? So this is erev Yom. So as every erev Yom Tov, every Shabbos, especially for Shavuos, we weren't allowed to take a haircut all the time. We're supposed to take haircut look like a mensch for Shavuos. However, this year, erev Shavuos comes out on Shabbos. So what do? So it says Reb Chaim Vital, who was a student of the Arizal, who everything you know from the Arizal really comes from Reb Chaim Vital. So it says Reb Chaim Vital would pull himself to have a haircut, even though it was problematic, but the pros outweighed the cons. And he would pull himself to have a haircut when Erev Yom Tov fell on Shabbos, he would have it Erev Shabbos. Because the pros weighed out the cons. The question is, when on Erev Shabbos we have the haircut? After Shkia, being a shmash is like the tzvach of Mazikin. By the way, you need to do it with the mirror then.
Yeah, the whole two certain become both together.
Haircut is the haircut.
Yeah.
There's no. Yeah. So in any case, this is machlekes like everything. Some say you can have it the night before, Thursday night like this year. Some say you can't. You have to wait till Friday morning. Some even say you have to wait till after davening. Some say that you don't have to wait till after davening, but you can't do it before davening. You have to do it. You want to do it before davening, you have to do it before Aloy Sashach, before daybreak.
After or this whole day after this is called when you're allowed.
When you're allowed to.
Nobody says after the first.
After Chatzos. No, you're not. Preferably not to do it after Chatzos on Erev Shabbos. So it just means after davening. It seems like the best time would be after davening. After what? After bagel, yeah. After bagels. Bagels. According to this, it seems not. I thought to remember seeing in whenever it was 2 years ago, whenever it was the Bezdin, I said you should do Thursday night. I recall correctly. Could be wrong. So I have to check. Rabbi Shabbos just doesn't say that. Rabbi Shabbos says that he did Erev Shavuos. The Shlosh Me'agbala. But again, according to that, you can still do when Erev Shavuos comes out on Shabbos, you can still do it Erev Shabbos. The question is, could you do Thursday night? So I got to check out again what the Bezdin says this year. Anybody you know? Let me see. According to ShulchanAruchHarav.com, he says he brings both opinions. He says problematic. You can ask him what the place. I mean,
He also a few times, right? Like always decided it was only Friday, not Thursday night. Happened a few times, right?
And they always said, and he said it was always Friday. According to ShulchanAruchHarav.com, he says that you should wait. He says that there's the opinion this way, the opinion that way, and he doesn't say which way, but it seems that it's the stronger opinion is to wait until Friday day. But I'm not sure what we do the playoff. Meyer, page 118. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, Adonai Alech Mamed. God, Rashid is Karaba, Barba, Allah. Daily on God, God, Israel. God, God, in the shame is on Israel, God, God, we start us with our God, we have to listen to God, love is God, that's made up.
Amen.
You're going to put you up. I'm going to make sure.
Amen.
You can make my head small. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. 136. What's all set? 47. Good, okay. ورغدا إن يلاهين ما 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 شاء كير شام يمشي سبي تكون أشياء سيم أي مشي ببر بايم يه كتير سيم فيش بويس بخمسة يوم لين ما هو يعني المخبرات طيب يعني خالص ما يخاط آمين 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 Amen. 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 Appeal for the guy to she's for my name to my master to Ara. The guy who made you my cave on Shana Gamet. Ratsak of this part of the Zaki says, so I'll be here, but I'm telling you, it's fish never. This guy, tag the tail of the other. Amen. 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 Ishmael, Abba, Mavarach, Yalam, Lami, Vice, Buddy. Amen. 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 Yashikaya. Tomorrow morning davening at 8:40. We'll go take the top dominion. Yashikaya.